other one, so I am out right now, taking a total control. You can see how they are being lined up in a central place in a Catholic church in Osu local government. This is inhuman. This is unfair. We call for a total cancellation in Osu LGA in Imo State. You can see it to that very point. There is no election held in anywhere in Osu LGA, so we call for a total cancellation. Here they are. Busy doing nothing, busy printing around, up and down, collecting money, sharing money to themselves. The police has been compromised. I don't know, people should come to our rescue in Imo State also.
Nobody is coming to your rescue, bro. Somebody dropped a comment on YouTube and then dropped another one that sort of got my attention. So the first one was that, so Mayegun, what is the solution then? You see, normally, right, when people ask me that question on Mayegun's diary political, right, is a two-way thing. Number one, I want to believe that they are new. Like, you probably just started watching Mayegun's diary political last night. So we can call it innocent question. But if you have been if you have been watching Mayegun, even for just 1 week, you will realize that the reason why you are on this platform, okay, is because somehow, someone somewhere wanted you to go and find out why Nigeria can never work. Nigeria is not working. It will never work. And there is somebody who is giving one single solution: break it up and save lives. So I'm going to give you a benefit of doubt, because the second thing that person dropped was, after asking, what is the solution? The person now kind of typed, I'm going to stop watching this kind of broadcast very soon. Baba, you should stop watching it right now, this minute. Because if the answer you are looking for on programs like this is that of something like, you want somebody that will be sounding like, I am your leader. We will need to fight these people. I will fight for you. And kind of, I don't know what you mean. I am not that person. You see Mayegun that you are watching here, is only here to remind you that if you value your life, if you cherish that your valuable life, and you are currently answering as a Nigerian, anywhere you are in the world, Mayegun is to help you stop living that illusion, that deluded mind that continue to make you feel so heartbroken because of your connection to Nigeria. I am so heartbroken. Ah, man, what can we do now? What can we do? You, listen to me. If you really care, you will join the rest of us who believe that the peaceful dissolution of Nigeria is the only way forward. But guess what? Guess what? We are also not kind of, we are not inconsiderate. We believe that there are many also who want a kind of a working Nigeria, but not this particular one. And we said, okay, if everybody wants something different from the current one, then we can all start a conversation. Yeah, let's have a chat. If we still want to be one country, or we want to go our separate ways, you don't want that to happen. You want us to continue to pray. You want us to come together like unity beggar. You love those solutions. That is not on this program. So if the answer you are looking for is that one that is painting an Eldorado for you, This is not the platform. This is a platform that will tell you that if you care, if you are tired of the world that these criminals have created, if you are completely tired and fed up with the Nigerias, divided Nigeria, impoverished Nigeria that these criminals are currently lording over, if you are tired, you will join us to begin to ask for the breakup of Nigeria. How did that sound? How is that solution? How did that sound to you? Did that sound like what you would like to be part of? I mean, let's assume that this question is coming from the place of innocence. Or maybe you just joined Mayegun's Diary Political yesterday. How did that solution sound to you? Break up Nigeria and save lives. How did that sound? Impossible, because you think somebody will have to do it for you, Abi. Don't worry. Okay? Every night, I will continue to remind all of you why Nigeria is not working, why it will never work. And the day you are done and tired, you will stand up. Okay? Nobody will tell you, go and protest. Go. You will do it. And this is why this platform will continue to remind you. But if you are looking for Jesus Christ or somebody who is coming to come and be your savior, YouTube has over 200 million channels. You can check the next door. And don't ever ask me that dumb question again. Nobody's coming to fight for anybody. If you want solution to Nigeria problem and you are tired of all of this, you will begin to champion the cause for make your own as a national conversation. What we even discuss if we want to be together or not. No? Right. Let's go back to your charade, where you probably encourage yourself to come together and come and fight your oppressors pretentiously. Majority, you are only waiting for your turn. Nigeria is turn by turn, Nigeria limited. When you finish deluding yourselves, right? When the reality finally sets in, maybe tonight, maybe next night, maybe next year, it doesn't really matter. It will set in. And when that happens, right? Nobody go tell you to fight. Nobody. You will do it. Passionately, Goni. Right? Let's go back to Imo. You will think, even when they pay these rogues to protect thugs, police, soldiers, and the rest, they gave money to NSCDC too, the civil defense, to provide security in Imo State for elections matter. When they grabbed NSCDC people as well, Espere the call did not even come to fall. A very much worse than a banana republic, Nigeria.
I came with them. Oyi. I said Chinas and Waneri was inside armor tank. Sent kill and bury with his men to come here and destroy this place. But because we can be able to uphold them.
The person that brought it to
Chisemo Ojukwu. Was the person that brought them in.
You came here first and made a call. So there was a man
this magazine was with kill and bury as it stands. Look at it. They took it.
Magazine.
Kill and bury is an inspector of police.
My brother
is an inspector of police.
I'm the commander of this team.
Okay.
The only problem we have in this country, recruiting illiterates in the system.
What's your name?
This is the national. I'm ASC Polycarp Gronya is my name. So yeah, we are doing a national job. Those people that came here are police people.
They came here and collected my magazine.
Me, the police are not supposed to work for anybody because this is election. Do you understand? So what annoyed me so much is how a superior officer of Nigeria
I came with them.
Professor Undubuisi. Professor, if that one wants to come and be like, listen, our problem in this country is recruiting illiterates into the system. Now that one is educated, but trapped in a system that he knows is flooded with criminals and then illiterates. How can a police officer be bearing kill and bury? Police officer is called kill and bury. They say, hey, you stop there, don't move. I say, officer, sorry, I'm not moving, sir. They said, this is Officer Kill and Bury stopping you. I said, I don't die. He must have killed people extrajudicially, right? And he's never really been punished for it. So he was rewarded for it. And he was a very good hand in an election like this, where they have a place called the Tiger Base in Owerri. If you enter Tiger Base, Baba, don't let us go there for now. Mr. Kill and Bury. Even one of those people who got attacked by them too, you know, listen to him.
Chinas and Waneri was called in by one of our brothers who happened to be an agent of the party, called Chinasa. I heard him when he was speaking on the phone to tell him that Mike Ikoku is here. After about a couple of minutes, about 10-15 minutes, I saw Chinasa in company of Nnamdi come here with over 20 men wearing army uniform. I don't know whether they are real Nigerian army or not. I also saw a group of police officers who I identified as members of the dreaded Tiger Base group, led by one man they called Kill and Bury. They came here, now attacked the civil defense people that were with me, that were also cleared to participate in the election. They attacked him, and at the end of the day, they seized his rifle, they seized the magazine, collected their phone, and took away the file of the officer that is in charge, the security officer that was handling this. They took away the file. So what I did was to immediately call for intervention. I reported the matter, escalated it both to the police, both the army, both to civil defense, and both to INEC in Abuja. So after about 30 minutes of calling, they left. I heard they were going from booth to booth, places to places, where they're trying to do, I don't know what they want to do, in the carrying armored personnel carrier. The armored personnel carrier they carry has a mark donated by Hope Uzodimma. Under it, what is written there is special. So I know the authorities should be able to identify those who are in that armored personnel carrier and those who took control of.
So they are reporting the people that actually gave those equipment. They are reporting them to those who gave them. I'm sorry, they are reporting the people who gave the. So they are reporting those with the equipment to those who gave them the whole equipment for the purpose of exactly what they went to do in Imo State. Here is the Labour Party candidate in Imo State today. Sort of.
Yeah, they beat up so many of our agents. For fact that we are going to upload all their pictures. They beat up a lot of our agents. This is crazy. This is what our democracy has, come to. But we are resisting. Can't you see the people here? Yes. They will not allow it. I hope it's the same thing going on everywhere. So that we can have proper democracy and bring in good governance.
In those areas, are you suggesting that they should cancel the results?
Of course, where this is happening, they must cancel it now. There is no other alternative than to cancel it, so that every person will come there and watch it conducted.
But by this time, this was earlier this afternoon, okay? By this time right now, they'll probably be collating all the evidence that Hopeless Uzodimma has rigged himself again. And by tomorrow, INEC will announce him, and then Tifnumbu and the rest of them, they will congratulate him. And by the time Tifnumbu gets back from Saudi Arabia, they will take Hopeless Uzodimma. He will go there with the certificate given to him by INEC, and they will tell all of these people to go to courts. That's how it works. So in Bayelsa, the story is the same, but with a mix of so much disappointment, especially in the voice of the Labour Party governorship candidates. The guy said, apart from the violence and all these election results, being already sort of printed and all that, Bayelsans themselves didn't really show much interest, by the way. Earlier, some of them just went by, their normal business. They even went to markets. And when they realized that journalists were accosting them, they said, oh, we are just here for 30 minutes and we are going to go and vote. Now, to get a vote in Bayelsa, start from a 14,000 naira per vote, 16, 18, and even 20,000 naira per vote. So if you want them to come and vote, you will have to pay them. Meanwhile, here is their governor. Baba, Nigeria, man. You know what I mean in English, right? You know supposed better for these criminals. They're supposed to die shamelessly, like that. I don't know if that even is something. The way you feel, like Bayelsa State is oil producing state to your long. Bayelsa State is the second poorest state in Nigeria. Nitori Jesu. Baba, the governor of the state that is contesting for second term went to his own polling unit, primary school, where he's voting in Bayelsa, Baba. I don't need to say much. Take a look.
Everybody wants to catch. Everybody wants.
That's all I need to tell you about Bayelsa. Is from that, not just their governor. That means that polling unit, that school, is probably maybe 5 minutes walk from his house, where he's coming there to vote. He voted there. I believe he voted there in 2019. Abi, before he became governor, he went back there. Did you see the roof? You don't want to see the surrounding. Don't mind it. Here is his challenger, Timi Priye Silva, when he also voted. Look at the surrounding too.
Everybody.
That things are going to go well for the APC at the end of the day, definitely. But we have some issues in the what? Unit 3, Unit 5, and Unit 9 had issues. I think the registers were not uploaded, so we escalated it to INEC. And of course, they accepted that it was a careless mistake on their part. I don't know why units in my ward were not uploaded. So I think the problem is being rectified, and they promised that in those particular units they will extend the voting time because a lot of people would have been disenfranchised if that was not rectified. They will be able to escalate it to Abuja. But so far, I mean, in my unit, things are going on very well. And around the state, we also are following. And there's a lot of violence. I mean, the PDP is doing quite a bit there, trying to molest our voters with security. In fact, in some cases, it is believed by our people that we are running election not against PDP but against security. But we are continuing the situation, and I'm sure that at the end of the day we'll come out victorious.
Would you mind stating these areas specifically?
Yes, in fact, I was told that in INEC especially there has been a lot of violence, a lot of police action. In fact, this morning I woke up.
Blah, 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 blah. But now this Labour Party guy who said he is so disappointed in people of Bayelsa, Abba, that because he didn't have money to share, they did not vote for him. I mean, he also voted, by the way. You want to listen?
Well, so far so good. The optics shows that, yes, the process is going on smoothly. Aside from those things that are happening behind the scene, where money is being exchanged with votes, people are watching and then writing down names and giving tallies to be collecting 12,000, 10,000. It's happening everywhere. And you know, some of us are people who have decided that we will not express ourselves violently, otherwise we would have stopped the process. In the eyes of it, we know what is happening everywhere. Voting is going on, but the state resources is everywhere being shared. Monies that ordinarily should have been used for schools, monies that should have been used for the education, monies that should have been used for the economy of the state is thrown around to buy votes. And sometimes I wonder how people will sit on a seat that you did not win going to the polls as you should be. So far so good. On the optics, yes, we have done the voting. But behind the scene, the state resources is being used to induce and buy voters.
Yes, Honorable, you seem not to be talking, you're speaking in parables, I should say. When you say the state resources is being used to buy votes, who specifically is using the state resources?
I'm talking about the party of the day, the governor's party, the PDP. They are busy buying votes and snapping people's ballot papers and using it to go behind the scene and pay monies. There's somebody holding some money in the other part. They have been reported to the police. But you know, there's a lot going on in this election that, like I said, this compromise is everywhere. I'm not going to use our usual ways of trying to stop them. At the end of the day, they will say you have been violent. I will not do that. But I will spread it. Well, usually in my community, there's always peace in elections because some of us have very peaceful disposition. And that disposition is what I have expressed since yesterday, walking around with our people. The only thing I will not do, I will not buy votes. I will not. And even when I know what is going on, I have, as a matter of principle, I will not buy vote. I didn't contest this election because I'm looking for money. I didn't contest this election because I want to sit on the throne of a governor. I contested because of the issues in my state. There is endemic poverty in this state. Our young girls are standing on the road. Our young boys are doing Yahoo. There is no hope for young people. These people sit on the position and think that the state resources is their personal resources. And they have entrenched poverty in Bayelsa state, a state that produces oil, a state that is supposed to be rich in natural resources. We are the second poorest in the country. We have the highest out-of-school children. As for me, within Charade, I have achieved what I wanted to achieve, to prove to the world that somebody can get up without stealing state resources and stand up against this tyranny that is going on. And today may not be the last. We will continue to fight until more and more people will realize that money itself cannot buy you a society that will be functional. People have been impoverished to the point where you give them 5,000. I will not pay 1 naira for votes. I will not.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That was our guy going very cool to continue to tell himself as a principled man. And give that to him, oh, by the way. If he chooses not to give money because he's not accessible to public funds like his rivals, and to him, he satisfied his conscience. Like, that's me, after my part. They go give him participatory trophy. And then they will go and wait for another 4 years to dance around again until that day you get robbed. And then you say, I have proven it to you, my people, again. I mean, come on. So Goodluck Ebere Jolantan was out and he was able to vote as well. The former president of Nigeria, who is now currently dragging second and third place with Bokuwari, the lifeless mannequin. Because Katsina is, imagine this, Bokuwari state in Katsina, when it comes to the poorest states in Nigeria, is number 4. Egbere Jolantan says state Bayelsa is number 2. Zamfara is number 1. And when it comes to out-of-school children, where you heard him, children, they don't give a damn, they don't care. But he has an opinion. He said, the National Assembly, they must make law. They must make law to make sure that all the elections happen same time so that there will not be off-season. I'll be off calendar, I'll be off whatever nonsense it is they call their charade. I just want to have it on record. Sorry, because, listen.
First, let me congratulate the 3 states that have elections today. Bayelsa State, Imo State, and Kogi State, and which all the states successful election, peaceful conduct of election. But basically, because this is an off-season election, and I get worried about the issue of off-season elections. And I will use this unique opportunity to plead with the National Assembly that we need to block this off-season election. It's very odd. It's not a global best practice. A country can elect their people at different times, like America and some countries. They will not elect everybody at the same time. But any time they go on to conduct their election, they elect everybody that's supposed to be elected. If we continue with this trend of off-season elections based on the interpretation of our laws by the judicial officer, it will come to a time that the presidential election in Nigeria may be off-season. Probably that's the time that all of you media people and others should be worried. Look at the American system. Everybody knows when the American elections will be conducted. That's standard practice in other countries. And when I say presidential election in Nigeria may be off-season one day, some people may say, why, how? It almost happened in 2007. I contested as a running mate to late President Yaradua. You know that election, the 7 judges that presided over the case, 3 of them, in their own judgment, that the election be annulled. 4 of them sustained the election, and that is why we stayed. If one has crossed over, by now the presidential election in Nigeria would have been off-season election, and it is not the best for a country. And there's easy things to do to make sure that other states, now we have 7 states that are off-season. We need to stop there. And where possible, these 7 states too can be migrated back to fall in line with the other states. And the National Assembly can do that. That is my message for the National Assembly, my message for Nigerians today. On the other hand, I wish the election successful. I've been monitoring what is happening in Bayelsa State. Almost ask people across the local governments, and for now, no major things that we will get worried, apart from the part of Nembe local government, the Basambri part of Nembe local government that have been in conflict for quite some time before the election. Apart from that, I think the elections are going on well, but we cannot conclude until at the end of the voting period. So once again, I thank you, and I wish you well.
Thank you, sir.
Oh my God, to see my hand go behind the scene. Until somehow I can't be like, say, well, he actually just sort of set his mind in a way, But I almost put that in that nuisance lily. But I realized that, no, that's going to come out wrong. I was thinking that I was going to say, INEC has done very well. But the moment he said, we cannot conclude, I was like, okay. I'll let this pass. Did you hear him? To him, yeah, there might be imperfection and all of that. He's more concerned how they are still talking about elections. So how the elections can all become one election, one day, and all of that stuff. They want an organized election, right? In a disorganized country that has been sort of established by the judiciary of Nigeria. Then they had more. The last time Atiku said, in order to save Nigeria from collapse, they should begin to change. They should change the law so that it will be one single term of 6 years. There will be no second term. Once you become president, do whatever you want to do in 6 years and go. And then Peter Obi also said the same thing, proposing that to reduce friction of election, blah, 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 they should make it a single term of 6 years. One single term. Echo Shidano. All of your ideas, a lot of you are not getting yourselves ready for what Tifnubu and Co are about to unleash on you. You have no idea. They plan. You are entering a different phase that you've never been to before. And you have no chance thinking you have a chance. Let's come together. Iwu Atitale and come together. Iwu cannot bear the pain of rigging.
I think that for democracy to flourish, only people who can accept the pain of rigging. I think that.
Did you get that? That is the type of a democracy, the demonstration of a craziness in Nigeria. You cannot survive it. If you think you can plot around and then, you know what I mean? If you can't beat them, you join them and break them from inside. Shon lalani. Why is it that when it happens, then you begin to ask for any solution? I don't scream since 2015. The last 4 years, I have been very consistent, reminding you, doing same thing again and again and expecting a different result is a symptom of insanity. We're a long way there. And the Ministry of Health in Nigeria, October, I think that was the 5th October 2017. What do you care? They said that 75% of Nigerians get mental problem because of depression, hardship, economic problem, and so many other things they are facing every day. I said, wow, 75% no matter in Nigeria. No wonder. I didn't say that. Go and Google it. A minister of health in Nigeria disclosed that the why else do you think you've been able to defend your criminal leaders? You know what I mean? Like, how could you feel comfortable defending criminals who don't give a damn about your life? I didn't say that. And you are telling me that they didn't test you. How did you know? They are doing different experimentation on the street, like those who are like guinea pigs in lab, like lab rats. That's exactly what I think they are making all Nigerians to be like, experimenting with your lives. How many die? People don't die. You go as how many? It's about 200,000 have died, sir, because of hunger. 200,000. This system is not working. We're supposed to get like people supposed to fall down on the streets. And then we're going to say this idea is working. You have no idea. If you don't get mental problem, you even left Nigeria. Somebody that escaped from Nigeria after seeing all the shege in Nigeria, escaped, enter somewhere, he gets more comfort. The Olori Buruku is using his time to defend the criminals that chased him out of Nigeria. He left Nigeria. Many of you left Nigeria. Nigeria did not leave you. Personally, if you know because of the mental problem that your Ministry of Health said 75% of you are suffering from, Baba, you may think it's funny. It is not. It is a pandemic, and you can tell where these all mad people have taken over the asylum. It's like mad people taking over an asylum. It is like the criminals taking over the entire penitentiary. That's what Nigeria has become. 80% of you are mad, including those who pretend to be rich. So no wonder. It's unfortunate too. However, I believe that if you think you can break into them by following their rules, you are more deluded than you probably think. Seriously, like there's nothing wrong in person getting problem like that. You can just need to get help so that you don't continue to live and wallow in that your illusion. Ofi Nigeria, you left Nigeria and you are shouting, I love Nigeria, I love my country from abroad. Eh? I love my country. I know my country is going to be great one day. I believe that Jesus said, a mental problem. And they say 80% of Nigerians get mental problem, Papa. Ain't a moment. Eh? What is the 80% of 200 million people? Kishe 180 million here. Imagine that, 180 million only mental problem. And if you ask it so many, see, there was a day somebody was telling me that Nigerians are kind of always angry. I said, Baba, shomokoton face ni. Do you think it is easier to survive in Nigeria? And the fact that they will still do everything, same thing again and again that kept them in that place, right, is the problem we are talking about. Sure, you get easy. Any small thing, you feel like it's like everybody is angry. And they are angry at poor people, angry at innocent people. You do something on social media. Man, this country is so hard. That I cannot even like explain it. This is you expressing yourself. Then you will see all the frustrated Nigerians, they will come there and they will start venting that rage, that their frustration, everything on you. And you begin to wonder. And before you know it, for you to know that you self gets conscon, say, who is your useless father? You this can you start abusing you like that, right? And then from nowhere, you say, like, now who go kill your papa? Now who go kill your auntie? You know what I mean? Like, everybody is mad. And we are triggered because we are being led by cold-hearted criminals who have turned majority of you into rabid dogs. You have tasted blood. You have become insensitive. You are pretty much like, the willing and what they call that again? Submissive slave. You are a willing tool in the hands of those criminals who have captured every institution that should have stood for you, stood up and defend whatever it is right you have. You are living in a place that you have no right, and they are making you see that all the time. You cannot turn around and expect such to suddenly become an organized place. Life doesn't work that way. And that is why they say if you know better, the ideal thing is that you should do better. Hang on. And you can't do better in a place where Oshiomole and his lies continue to remind you of this.
I think that for democracy to flourish, only people who can accept the pain of rigging. I think that
that is the country they are giving to you. You better brace up and guess how many of those lives you will need to lose in order to validate their fraud. It's not going to be for long. Only time will tell. Trust me. Now, like I said, this is another piece of mine, right? To remind you that only if they will choose to do the right thing, maybe I will begin to believe you, who always tell yourself that one day Nigeria is still going to work. I believe that Nigeria is still going to work. Some of you are in your 60s, 70s, and you're saying that to young people. You are no longer young. You're not going to be here when it works because it's never going to work. Your children are also going to grow old. Do you really wish that on them? You can't be that cold-hearted to lie to young people and tell them that this Nigeria is still going to work. And when? To make it work, you need to break it up. If you agree with me today, great. If you don't, fine. But we'll all have to be here when the number that will prove that except you demand for something different, you'll be offered the bottom of the barrel. And that's what they have to offer. Anyway. Thank you very much for your time. I am going to pop you on a short hold. which is just for you to digest all we have said. Like the broadcast, share it, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I was going to take calls, but I'm going to put it on hold till tomorrow. We have a long day tomorrow as well, but for now, thank you, and you have a wonderful evening, everyone, and good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Mayegun Diary politico.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Presido bá rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń gba rìbá.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
kì máa yí ṣeré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀ kì máa yí ṣeré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀ ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ̀lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.